it's Deja Yetmir from CrochetEverAfter.com, and right now what I'm going to show you is how to decrease in single crochet when you're working in a row. Now this stitch is going to give you the ability to shape your projects almost like increasing, but in reverse. So let's grab some yarn and let's get started. Okay, now we are going to decrease in single crochet. So sometimes you will see the pattern call, it'll say SC2TOG is the abbreviation, which means single crochet two together, or it'll just say DEC, which is decrease. To do this, it's very easy. You're going to chain one, always at the beginning of your row for height. And then I'm going to say that this is telling me to decrease on my first part of my row and the last part of my row. So it's going to say decrease, or SC2 together. So I'm going to insert my hook in the first stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop. Then instead of finishing off that single crochet, I'm going to insert my hook into the next stitch and yarn over and pull up a loop. So now I have 3 loops on my hook and I have worked through 2 stitches. I'm going to decrease these 2 stitches into 1 stitch by yarning over and pulling through all 3 loops. And now you can see that I've turned 2 stitches into 1. You'll see there is 1 V at the top of my work. So I've turned those 2 stitches into 1. So I'm going to go across to the last 2 stitches of my row. I'm just going to single crochet. And I have 10 single crochets. This is what this was. The row before was 10 single crochets, and I'm decreasing 2 times, which means I'm taking 2 stitches away from this row, which means when I'm done I should have 8 single crochets. So I'm now to the last 2 stitches of my row. I'm going to insert my hook and yarn over and pull that up, first stitch, then I go into my next stitch, yarn over, pull that up. I have 3 loops, yarn over, and then to finish that off, pull through all the loops. And you'll see that it kind of makes a diagonal here. My stitch doesn't go all the way to the end of my work. Because I've decreased, I have less width. So as I work, my work is going to start going in if I keep decreasing. Let's make sure I ended up with 8 stitches. So I always count my V's, which are the loops on the top of my stitches that look like stacked V's. Try to get them straight here so you can see them. We have 1, don't count my loop up here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's my turning chain, so I don't count that. But I have 8 stitches, so I have decreased by 2 stitches on this row. There are also some times when patterns may tell you to SC3 together, which means single crochet 3 stitches together. No matter how many stitches it tells you to decrease by, you just simply do the same steps. So say I'm going to decrease these next 3 stitches. I chain 1 for my height, insert my hook, pull up, insert again, pull up, insert again, pull up. And I have 4 loops on my hook. Doesn't matter. I pull through all of them and I still end up with 1 stitch. Creates quite an interesting looking stitch, but I have decreased by 3, and it creates, some people will some designers will make certain decreases just for the look of them. So they might have you decrease 3 on every row just so they can get this kind of look on the stitch all the way, because imagine if I decrease 3 and I'm making a triangle shawl, I'll have that on the edge of my work and it could look really neat. So you can make anything with this decrease in the row. You can make a triangle shawl, and the easy way to do that, you're going to have to begin with a very big amount of stitches and work your way in. So if you know that you want a shawl that's 60 inches wide, you can chain until you get to your 60 inches and then begin decreasing. This has a decrease every single row, and it's decreasing on both ends, 1 stitch So there's 2 stitches missing every single row. I decrease on this side and this side, and it creates this nice triangle. If you want a taller triangle, something that's more pointed, you can skip a row of decrease. So you can decrease 2 and then do a regular row of single crochet, decrease 2 again the next row, do a row of single crochet. So you can adjust how you want your triangle to look. Now make sure that you're placing your decreases in a sensible spot, because moving them can create a highly different effect. So this is decreasing on the ends. This swatch, I decreased in the middle. So same exact starting number of stitches. Let's turn this upside down. I started with 16, I believe. And then every row I decreased by 2. The difference being on this one I decreased on the ends. This one I decreased on the center 4 stitches. And I say 4 because I put each of those 4 in groups of 2, because I decreased both of those. So you can see it almost creates like a square instead of a triangle. And it pointed down. So this would give you kind of a funny looking shawl, because this would be the top edge and it would be completely rounded. So make sure that if you're going to do things with decreases, that you try them out on a smaller scale first to see what happens. So you can do lots of stuff with decreasing if you know what your starting point, how wide you want it to be, and then you want to end it somewhere. So that is how you decrease in single crochet.